this is gonna be supposed to be your happiest, one of the two happiest days of your life. Like what Mark Twain said, that, like I already said in the sorry, in our ad, that the two most important days of your life, it's the day you were born and the day you found out why. This really struck me. I was thinking of my mission at very on a very early stage of my life. If you read my book, or if you will read my book, I have revealed so much of my of personal stuff. Most importantly, the reason that led me to finding my mission, it is really actually more of knowing, or it started when I learned that my parents didn't really want me in the beginning, and my parents are the most loving people in the world. But at that time, my father was still in school, my mom was just 16 years old. And so I think as a young couple, they would normally be worried about their future having me. So I learned that I was an unwanted child. In the beginning, it was really very hurtful, but I started to understand why me as a person would always want to have my place in the universe. Like I've been struggling of making sure that I'm heard, making sure that people know my ideas. I've been really trying my best to please my parents, and through the years, I've done that, struggled with that. It was really not easy of a life to always think of pleasing people, and I got tired of pleasing people. And you must be in that situation now, where you always please people. Like, you always care what people will say when you post something in the social media. Like, you're worried about what they will say about you. And I was that kind of person, because and then when I learned about me being unwanted, that made sense to me, because I think I wanted to be wanted. So I don't want to be rejected, because growing up, or being conceived, it was all rejection. I didn't know about that, because my parents really were great, very responsible, sent me to very nice schools, made sure that I get the proper education. And they I had so many extracurricular classes most of the time, just to hone my other skills on top of school. So but that's the reason why I was looking for my mission. I would like to invite you to be in that state now. Like, think about where you are now, and what are the struggles that you have now. Think about specifically, think about your path. Specifically, think about the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Do you see do you see the end of it? I know it's going to be a bit eerie if you think about it, that you're gonna die, but think about the time when you die. Don't be afraid. It happened. It's a natural phenomenon. It will happen to all of us. But have you thought about how you're gonna end that chapter, that existence in your life? And are you gonna leave a mark to people? Are you gonna will you be remembered? Think about the next 5 years. Who will you be? I think just by asking those questions would already elicit fear, excitement, right? I got an opportunity to travel to Texas, Dallas, to attend a symposium or a conference. By the way, this is really my part-time work. My full-time work is, I still am connected with a company called ProbeCX. I'm the learning and development director, and so they sent me there, and I met an author who's very great at writing mission vision, and he has a book about it. But in that conference, he actually made us do something that really struck me. Although at this time I've already started writing my book, and that was just really a great exercise. So don't worry, I'm not gonna ask for volunteers, but I would like to invite you to just think about your vision, think about your mission as if you were a company. So think about that. Now, I want you to write it down. I want you to smell it. If you want to be a millionaire, you smell that leather seat in that car you're driving. You feel the steering wheel. You smell the perfume of your car. If you want to be an entrepreneur, then you think about the logistics, like you trying to say put displays on the rack. If you want to be whoever you want to become, just smell that, feel that, see it. And if you can describe it on paper, if you can write about it, it is going to help you find your path. We're done experimenting, right? We don't have enough time in this world. So we should stop experimenting and just really think that path and decide what path to take. So I hope you're writing that down. If you wanted to become a YouTuber, so think about yourself talking to the camera, writing your script. Oh, you can smell the paper, the paper of that new notebook that you just bought. Some say, oh, I want to smell the money. Go ahead, smell new crispy money. Go ahead. And I'm not going to ask volunteers, like I said, but I hope you've already started writing that down and describing what it is. So that's just really a simple exercise just to kick your mind off about a vision for your life, about a mission for your life, and that sets your path on where you're going in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Now, I would like us to look at this quote. I actually encountered this quote from right, Ryan. Encountered this quote when I read Nelson Mandela's book. It says here, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. Do you know, or are you aware that you're actually powerful? Guys, if you still are not accepting that you're powerful, then you are not honoring your parents, or if you believe in God, not honoring God that he created you. So you have to acknowledge that you're powerful. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? Some of us are really afraid to shine, right? Actually, who are you not to shine, right? And then actually, sorry, you are a child of God. Your playing small doesn't serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. And I used to feel that, like, I don't want to shine because I want other people to shine, or I don't want to overcast, right? Their light. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. So if you feel like, I don't think I'm gonna be like her, like him, because I think I'm just gonna be an ordinary person. No, you have to refuse that you're ordinary, because you're not. It's not just, and as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we're liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates us. So I hope this quote by Marianne has already given you the power to look within and think that your light is powerful, you're created, your existence has meaning, and you're set forth to tread your own path. Um, so I share my light and the source of my light. Um, this is the this is the Bible verse that really helped me when I feel like nothing's happening in my life, because I'm old, right? So when I was on my 30s, 20s, I feel like nothing's happening. So I know that there is a plan for me, that there's a bright future for me. And this just adds up to the whole powerful feeling that I have my light and I will share the source of my light. This is actually my mission statement. So, you know, with that little light or big light, the only source of that is, I believe you already know, and I have lived really to tell my friends, everyone, that God has given me so much miracles. My husband can already walk now. When I married him, he was just on a wheelchair, and he was there for 5 years, and now we're traveling together. We just came from Boracay last month. We went to Dakar the years before the pandemic. We went to Singapore and Malaysia, and it's just really wonderful to know that I'm backed up with this source of light. If you don't believe perhaps in God, I'm sure you believe that your existence has light, and that your light is powerful, therefore you share your light, so you give people permission to share their light. So ano lang ha, example, it took me a while to, like, share me share a video of me video of me singing on and playing the piano, and my husband said, you know what, you should share. And I said, okay, I'm very scared to share because I'm very like, I don't want to be rejected by people. And he said, no, go ahead, share. And then you cringe and you share and you click that share button and you're like, oh no. But when I started sharing my light, I noticed that people have pinged me and said, "Oh, you were so brave to share that," and they were nice and kind to share what they thought about the music, the song, and so they started sharing. People have started dancing when a 44-year-old just clicked reel and started dancing. I'm 44. If I feel like dancing, I would, and it just permitted people to do the same. So I hope that already is sort of your mission, for people to be motivated to do the same, to share their lights. So that's just really an example of how I found my mission. These are just a bunch of my projects, because like I said, I like to do many other things on top of, aside from working. I sketch, I made music, because I feel like I don't have enough time in this world, and I maximize the time. And I hope that someone who doesn't have enough resources, right, to make music, but can write music. So you should be able to write music too, because you're even better than I am. So just do it, guys. Just do it. If people doesn't like it, it doesn't matter. You show up to give. You don't show up to receive. You show up to give, right? So there is only one you for all time. Do you realize that? Meron kang kapatid, meron ka sigurong anak or cousins, but there's gonna be only one you. So fearlessly be yourself. I hope you've thought of that. Do you know him? He's from that actor. Sorry, in Rent. Napanood niyo ba Rent? watch that movie. He's one of the actors, and Anthony Rapp, and he said, "Yeah, right. That there is only one you for all time. Fearlessly be yourself." Guys, I hope this line right here. If you don't get anything from this webinar, I hope you won't forget this line. Okay. Fearlessly be yourself. You're beautiful. You're so beautiful. You are so powerful. So be yourself and show the world. Your name is your brand. Do you know that? If you know that, are you doing something about it? This is the first step, or one of the 5 steps of finding your mission. It is knowing your brand. Who are you? What's your name? Do you know the meaning of your name? Maybe you write it down. Write your name. And if you don't know the meaning of your name, you ask your mom, your aunt, whoever could. Yeah, I know. So KB said yes. KB is my sister, Crystal Bliss. She's 17 years younger than me. Yes, she's the second generation kid in the family. A genius kid at that. A great trader. Mas mayaman pa yan sa akin. Hindi ako mayaman. But anyway, so KB, Crystal Bliss is crisis, but bliss. Bliss is in internal happiness, like happiness from within. And my parents thought that at that time there was so much financial problem in our family, and my mom got pregnant. And when my mom got pregnant, we felt that it was really a great surprise. So it was very blissful. That's why her name is Crystal Bliss. And I'm sure you know, yes, she's our bunso, and I'm actually, she's like my daughter. So I'm sure you know the meaning of your name. If you don't know the meaning of your name, you ask people why. Why were you given that name? What are the great characters that your name bear? Some of us are like named after an actor. Maybe you ask your parents or your aunt or whoever gave you that name, and ask them why were your name similar to this actor, and what does this actor do, right? That they admire the most, and maybe that's the same aspiration as they have. So my name is Fran. I'm actually named after Jonard, God's gift. You know, your parents were really happy when you were born, because you were, you know, to them you're God's gift, like we all are. So in my book, I described how I have become a leader because of my dad. My father actually led a very small community back in Mindanao where I grew up. And he held that position for 20 years. And that's why I'm into leadership. Maybe because I was just growing up, I would watch my father, by the way, at 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the morning, he would practice his speech, looking at the mirror, practicing his speech, and I would just wake up. I'm sure, very young at that time, and I would just watch him. And now I'm doing it, right? I would also face the mirror, because I would have to practice Christian initials of. Oh, okay. I think when it's initials like parents' initials, I feel like they have so much love for each other, right? And you find the meaning of that. Okay, I am born out of love, and so I will choose love. And so in every dealings that I will do, I will show love. That's already your mission right there. Yeah? Okay, thank you for sharing. So what are your plans in order for you to live up to that beautiful meaning of your name? Think about it, okay? If you want to change your name, what would it be, and why did you choose that name? People actually change their name. Emily, every minute I love you. Oh, right? So maybe that's who you are really as a person. Like every minute you love people unconditionally. You don't judge people. You're someone in the group who'd always show love, right? So meron yan eh, di ba, sa group natin na parang puro lang siya love. And maybe you're that. Tony, you're priceless. Totoo yan. Was that Tony Berardi?
Yes.
Okay, so Tony actually is my marketing guru, and he's made so much change in my career, and really you're priceless. Marinelle was sorry. Can you say that again?
This is Minel, but I guess my
Hi,
name
Nell.
means from the sea.
From the sea. Okay, okay, figure that out, right? Like Nell actually is a very beautiful person. I worked with Nell before. Beautiful inside out. Nell, I'm sure you're a lover of the sea. I don't know, just to give you context, sea is actually the source of life. Sea is, I can see how people are so reliant and on you, and I can see like people just rely on you because you're very responsible. Um, oh, that yeah. And perhaps something around that. Did you know that the trees actually don't give us enough oxygen to live in this world? This is just my biologist kicking in. It is really the ocean. The ocean has phytoplanktons, they call it. It's like plants in the ocean. The ocean actually gives oxygen to us, so we live on land or on earth. So guys, kaya the environment cost of saving the ocean is really very big right now, because if the ocean becomes polluted forever, we wouldn't be able to breathe well. Sander, my friend, oo, defender ka nga talaga. Okay, so uh, correct. That's right, Mel. Okay, so next, success leaves clues. Study people you admire or you want to be like. Okay, so guys, this is the second step, or perhaps second option in finding your mission. You have to know who you have to start thinking about people you admire. I've always been a fan of growing up, Albert Einstein. Super. Maybe that's because I'm in. I went to a science degree. Like I took science degree. People I admire have actually started to change from the science world to the world of self-help, like Tony Robbins, Bo Sanchez, who else is John Maxwell, and there's one more. I just forget the name, but I feel like they're my mentors, and the reason why I like them is because I didn't know this, by the way. I I realized that I like them because I want to do what they're doing. But at that point, I was very shy. Like I said, I have rejection problem issue, and so I didn't want to. I couldn't imagine doing it. But I realized the reason why I admire them is because I want to do what they're doing. So think about the people you really admire and see if you could, find an attribute that's something that you can emulate or you can do as well. So I've already told you about my father, like a great leader. People have actually, oh Gary, okay, people have actually thought that he's just really a leader of a small community, but to me he was really my model of leadership, and that's when I know I wanted to be a leader. Who are the people you admire? Why do you admire them? Oh, Robert Kiyosaki. Yes, if you really want to attain financial freedom, that's a very good person to admire. Maybe that's something you want for yourself. You want financial freedom, and then so you can give back. What specific attributes do they possess that you want to emulate? What will you do with those attributes? How are you going to let others experience the beauty of your values? Okay, so think about that. Attract what you expect, reflect what you desire, become what you respect, mirror what you admire, as they say. So, maybe if you feel like the people you admire, you realize that they shouldn't be the people you admire, then you have to rethink about that. But think about those people because they could lead you to what you really want to do in this life. You only have one chance of a life, you guys. I don't know how I could stress that enough, but it's gonna be only there's gonna be only one you and one life, and so I hope you're doing something about it. What do you love to do? I have so many things that I love to do, but mostly I try to consolidate that into one, or sometimes kasi guys, pwede namang marami eh. Pwede ka namang maraming gustong gawin. There are 24 hours sa araw. If you want to be awake for 24 hours, you can. If 16 hours, 8 hours, you can be anybody you want to be. Pero just a tip, guys, dapat because our brain, by the way, our brain can learn anything. You can learn anything, but you have to put in the time. You just really have to put in the time to hone your craft, to practice, and you have to be willing to do that. Pag halimbawang you do something and you feel like you get tired easily, then that might not be it. But when you're doing this something else and you feel like time flies so fast when you do this, then that must be it, right? That must be something that you would really love to do, and maybe that's what you should do for the rest of your life, right? Or majority of your waking hours will be spent doing that. So I don't have a platform. I create my own platform. Don't wait for an opportunity. Create that opportunity. Make that opportunity. Hintay pa kayo ng, gusto ko may manager ako, may producer ako, or baka gusto ko ma-discover ako. No, just show up. Give that to the world. At the end of the day, what matters is what you gave to people and not what you received. So just do it. Okay, so just create your own opportunity, your platform. There's so much. Ang happy nga no ngayon kasi maraming options for us unlike before. So this is like a tip of finding your purpose, right? You find your gift, right? Gaming content. You can work on that. You find your gift, but you have to share your gift. These two together, that's your purpose. Guys, your purpose, your mission is not going to be about you only. A mission that is just for yourself is not a mission. A mission is something that you can give to people. Okay? A mission is something that you can give to the people. A mission is something that people will get some key learnings from you. Okay, so you have to. This is really a great way to know what the purpose is, what the life purpose is. You find your gift and you share that gift, right? Pero nga sabi ni Albert Einstein, hindi nga siya. He didn't have special talent. He's just passionately curious. This is when I told you about putting in the time. You have to put in the time because if you're passionately curious, you put in the time, right? So sabi niya, wala kasi akong talent sa ganyan. But do you like it? Do you want it? Do you feel good about dancing? Yes, di gawin mo. Because you can learn. Your brain, guys, I'm a biologist. I studied neuroscience. Your brain will learn anything for as long as you put in the time and you're really willing to do it. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you'll know it when you find it, and don't be impatient about yourself. Ano ba yan? Hanggang ngayon, di ko pa rin talaga alam kung saan ako. You will find it. But you will not find it. You will not find it by just sitting down and just thinking. You have to try. Start doing what it is that you feel like, you feel like it's your mission. gawin mo na, you try it out. And if you feel like it's not that, then you move on, right? As with all matters of the heart, you'll know when you find it. So what do you love to do? Have you thought of that? What are your action plans to share your light to people? Again, purpose is about sharing. Purpose is about for other people and not for yourself. I know that you can do all things and that no purpose of yours can be thwarted. And I've always believed in it. No matter what happened, I'm sure I can do everything and my purpose will always come through. Next, so, it was your name, right? Your brand. That's the first step. Anong meaning ng name mo? What's your personal brand? Who are you? What does your name stand for? Second, what is it that you do? You love to do? Who? And then third, who do you admire? Why do you admire them? We already have 3 tips for you to find your mission, and I hope you've already thought of that. Okay, this is the 4th that I added. In 2014, I created a video about finding your mission, and I stopped on the 3, but I've added 2 more. And I need you to understand, if you are aware that you are present today, why not 1960s, 1940s? Maybe some of us believe in reincarnation, yes, but why are you alive at this very time and space? Are you grateful? Have you forgiven other people? Are you thankful about your existence? Have you accepted everything that you have, acknowledged that you have, and even your sufferings or sacrifices? Have you seen them as one of your missions? I remember, I think I just read this, and I put this in my book as well, that there was a kid who was comforted by his parents because his dog died, and they were worried about the kid, and then the kid said, don't worry, because I now know why dogs die early than us, because they can easily find they can easily find and learn to love unconditionally. So he feels that our mission on earth is to really try to love like dogs, no matter sometimes how much you scold them, right? They will still love you, they will remain loyal. And because they've learned this early on, then they go before us. So that's very sweet, right? So are we aware of our existence? Why today, right? And how are we grateful? Have we forgiven? Because guys, you will not be able to fly if you have baggage. You won't. You can't fly. You're too heavy to fly. Start to be grateful, feeling grateful about what you have, and appreciate and forgive if people have hurt you, because you have to put them aside now, because you have to take off. So put them aside and focus on your life and the meaning of your existence. So what are the experiences, feelings, or situations that you want to keep? Maybe you can ask yourself that. What are the experiences that you want to avoid? Are we able to learn from the experiences, the scenarios, right? We have. What will you do moving forward, and who can help you? Guys, you have to also accept that you cannot do everything, that you need to ask for help. I have life coaches that I talk to. I know, like, I'm a purpose, I do some purpose life coaching, but I need life coaches. It's I need help. Like, I would ask people for help. Tony, for marketing, I reach out to Tony. I really want to be able to expand my network, and I want more people to know about my mission, about my vision, and I want to bless more people, and I want to give, and that's exactly how what he helped me with. So ask for help. Hindi pwedeng mag-isa ka lang, and because we're all designed to work together. Okay, so stop acting as if life is a rehearsal. Live this day as if it were your last. The past is over and gone. The future is not guaranteed. I learned this from my husband. I always plan for the future, and that's fine, right? Because we always have to prepare for the future. But to the point that I don't think about my existence today. Like I'm not aware about happiness today. I always like look forward to the future of the future happiness, future success. But what about today? And he almost died, right? He has a tumor in the spine, and he almost died. There was a one. It was at that point in his life when he was already voluntarily breathing. Like if he stops breathing voluntarily, he could die. And he was breathing, he was really doing the inhale and exhale just to make sure that he lives, and he's already grateful for it, for that day, that ended with just a very peaceful sleep. So he slept, and then he realized he was alive, and he's still alive, thank God, until now. And he doesn't really think of the future that much. He just really is very thankful for the everyday events, things that are happening. And I learned that from him. And I'm very grateful, that I met my husband, and that God, has blessed me with this person, and couldn't be happier. So, stop acting as if your life is a rehearsal. Walang take two, guys. Take one lahat. So, the last thing I will leave you with is what's gonna be your epitaph? What's gonna be written on your epitaph? Sabi dito si Robert Lee Frost, I had a lover's quarrel with the world. Her piano played the music of her soul. A beloved wife, a mother, and a grandmother. Ako, it's in my book as well. I realized that I just really want to be a friend. I want to be a good friend. I want to be a loyal friend, and I realized that. I hope my friends who are here, uh, I hope they felt it. But I just really want to be. I don't stir um, um, disappointments or confusions or disagreements, debates with people. I just really want to be a good friend, and I hope when I die, people will say, "Oh, Fran was really a great friend." So um, it chokes me up because I feel good about that mission, that I'm gonna be a forever friend to people. So that's the last bit of your si Ryan, of the mission of finding your purpose. So you cannot connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backward. So you think about your people, your name. Think about the people you admire. Think about, right, your existence, to what you love to do. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. If you can't find your mission yet, at least you're thinking about it, you'll get there. You have to trust in something. Your gut, destiny, life, karma, whatever. And it will be God that I trust. This approach has never let me down, and it has made all the difference in my life, right? So I hope you also see that. You will also be inspired by Steve Jobs' quote. So list the things that you want to accomplish. Okay? Before you die, list the things that you want to accomplish. Now, if you only got a year to live, what are the 3 tangible achievements you want to receive? So guys, I would like to share with you pala how I found this. So I was 32 years old, and I feel like I was the most poor. I was the poorest 32 in the world. And I said, enough. Something has to happen. And so I remember I was sitting on the couch, and I got my pen and paper, and I said, okay, from this time on, from now on, what do I want to achieve? And I wrote them down. Oh my God, 2 pages. Again, my friends know that I like so many interests, competing interests. Sabi ko, naku, ang dami naman ito. As if I have 200 years to live. And then I realized, oh my God, what if I die next week? Or I die in the next 3 months? And then I realized I only had 3 left on my paper. Yun lang talaga ang important. So I share that. So pwedeng tangible, pwede ding intangible things. So I hope you can do that. List down the things that you feel that you want to accomplish. Kasi it's gonna really help you trim down, what really is important to you. There is no greater gift you can receive than to honor your calling. It is why you were born and how you become most truly alive. So the meaning of your existence will really help you live your life to the fullest. Right? So what I'm doing now is actually part of the mission. So as soon as I found my mission to share, I'm I was very shy as a person. I was very introverted, very shy, but I found confidence and strength just by knowing what my mission is, and it just fueled me. Right? So, alam niyo ba, Oprah, he wanted to be a teacher and to be known for inspiring my students to be more than they thought they should be. This is her mission statement. Can you try writing your mission statement? In the beginning of this webinar, I invited you to write down your vision. I hope you wrote it down. I hope you had an idea. Did you know that when Oprah was young, she said she wants to be a teacher and to be known for inspiring my students to be more than they thought they could be? And she's more than that now. That's her mission statement. Walt Disney, he said, my mission in life is to make people happy. With the Disney company, yes, he made people happy, obviously, right? So is that similar to your mission statement? My mission is to bring inspiration and innovation to every athlete in the world. Nike, right? Phil Knight. My mission is to collect all the world's information and make it accessible to everyone. Yun yung Google, right? They just start with a vision statement or a mission statement. So I really invite you to write your mission statement. So guys, I believe that God created life for a greater purpose. Each one of us must do our own part to fulfill that divine purpose. We have all the signs to put together and discover what we're born for. Our talents, our gifts are polished by our ancestors and etched in our genes. It is in you, it is yours. Use these gifts well. Take time to know yourself. Find time and place where you can just be by yourself and focus on your inner voice, your strength, and your personal intention. So thank you for choosing this book. So this is something that I wrote on my book, and because you are God's masterpiece. You are all God's masterpiece, and I hope you realize that you are all worthy of your dreams. I am worthy of my dreams. I used to be shy to say that, like,